Hello, Duranis here, and welcome back to episode 3 of Terrafirmacraft. So, today we're going to go and do a bit of prospecting, but the first thing I want to do is make a barrel for this milk. So, just make a barrel like that, and we can place this down. And can we place it on top of there? We can, that's pretty cool. And we just want to put the milk in here, and I think we should be able to go and milk the cows again. And our vinegar should almost be done from last time. So if you remember last time, we were making rum, which was basically put in... let's make sure I milk the female cows here. So to make the rum, we put the sugar into a barrel of fresh water. And then we left that until it made rum. And then we sealed it again just with the rum in there. And that should make vinegar. So I should have a whole barrel of vinegar here. And there's another barrel making there. That's actually just making rum. So we might have a play around and see what that does as well. And then we're just going to put some milk into here. And interestingly enough, that doesn't say if it's fresh or not. So maybe you can sort of store it infinitely in there. And what we want to do is leave... I think we probably need about one more bucket of milk in there. I think it's a 1-to-1 ratio of milk to vinegar, maybe, but we'll experiment with that when it's done. And let's just chuck these back down here. And we'll pop them in there. Excellent. So the other thing I want to play around with is this, and basically you can use it to combine foods. And I've sort of tried to get it to work, but it didn't really do much for me. See, the create button's not actually coming here. So let's try and grab some different foods and see if we can actually get something going with this, because it'd be nice not to have to carry around a whole bunch of different food all the time. If we can just have 1 or 2 different food types rather than having like 5 different types here on the bar, that would be a lot easier. So let's head back up. And I did have a look on the wiki to see if there's any recipes, but all it said was recipes are dependent on biome in the world seed, and I do also need to tidy that up as well, but meh. So potatoes and onions. Potatoes, well, we don't need 2 potatoes. Squash and blueberries, winterberries, blackberries, carrots. Let's see, and what do we have in here? Rice grain, I would imagine probably not. I've already got carrots. So, let's see if we can... Aha! That comes up with something. So that's got fruit, grain, vegetable and protein. Taste terrible. Okay. And it's got like durability on it with the rest of it. That's quite handy though. If it fills everything up, then I'm happy enough with that. So I'm not surprised that tastes terrible, to be honest. That's not an awesome combination. Let's see what else we come up with. So potatoes, onions and pork. Carrots, pork. Onions and pork works. I'm not sure adding fruit to it would be a great plan. Rice. So that'll give you grain, protein and vegetables. And that tastes terrible as well, but... okay, that's fine. I think what I'll do is I'll have a look around or just mess around with this and see what I can come up with. But from that, we've got pretty much the 4 food groups that we've got access to at the moment, all in one meal. So I'm not going to complain about that too much. I don't really care if it tastes terrible as long as it fills me up. Oh, we've got some vinegar now. We've got some rum. Let's... grab 2 buckets of vinegar actually, and you want to set that to out. So we've got 1 bucket, 2 buckets, and let's put that in. Curdled milk. You can only put one in there. So maybe you have to... I don't know. Let's just seal it and see what happens. And what can we do with rum? I wonder. Let's put that back in there for now. Let me put that back in there for now? Yes. And you may hear my cat meowing in the background. So, yeah, I think what I'm going to do is get myself ready, and we're going to go and do a bit of mining, so we'll see how that goes. So I'll see you again in a second. So we're heading over to that bismuth there, but I've actually found some bismuth just right here. So there was one little piece on the surface here, and then if we sort of click around a bit, nothing of interest. Oh, large sample of cassiterite there as well, which is also useful. So let's grab that. So yeah, very large sample of bismuthinite. Is that what it's called? I've been saying it wrong all along. Bismuthinite. Yeah, whatever. That stuff's... so there's a very large sample right here, which means that probably fairly close to this area, although that could be a false reading. There's some of the bismuth. I'm going to keep calling it bismuth stuff, so just get used to it. Bismuthinite, yeah. So around this area. So as you go further away, because it goes to a medium sample and then traces, so we're sort of moving further away from it over this direction, and then as we get closer, it gets to a very large sample, and then it should start heading back towards the medium sample as we get over here. So large sample and then traces. So you want to dig roughly around where it says a very large sample. So yeah, just about here should do just fine. And I've got some supports with me as well, and actually what I should have made was some ladders. So sticks. It's got my sticks in, and let's get that out. So with me I've got a whole bunch of support beams, some water jugs, torches. I didn't bring any torches. Bugger. Okay, I will be right back. So I've just made 50 torches, and our cheese is also ready, so nom 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 nom. I'm going to head back over to where I started to dig down there, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we're back, and I've got a feeling it's probably over this way a little bit further. See, we've got very large samples over here, then a large sample. So this seems to be about the centre around here. Although it's not showing anything now. And the thing with this prospectors pick is it's not 100% reliable. So it can give you false readings, and it will not always give you the exact information that you need. But it's a pretty useful way to try and get at least in the general area of where you need to be. So I'm just going to dig down, and it would help if I use the right pick. There we go. So what I'm going to do is just try and staircase down, and just sort of try and stay in this general facility, and then once I get down a little bit, and that's something that you've got to look out for as well, is the cave-ins. So that's why I've got the support beams, but I was hoping I could at least make a staircase down without it collapsing on me. And I haven't really got enough sticks now to make ladders either, so I'm sort of reliant on this. I could maybe chisel my way down and give it a little bit of extra support with that, but I don't really want to waste the chisel if I can help it. So let's dig this way so it's not digging directly underneath that. So I'm not too sure how far down I'm going to need to go. When I've done this before, it was a little bit hit and miss. You just have to sort of dig down a bit, check what you see, very large samples in this direction. So you just really dig down until it stops saying very large samples, and then you sort of know that you've gone past it really. So when that goes down to a large sample, I know it's sort of going to be a layer or two above that. So let's just go down a few more blocks and see what it says. So it's still saying a very large sample. So it doesn't tell you sort of the middle of it. It basically checks within 25 blocks of you and tells you what it can see. So you sort of need to work from the outside in, so work from where it says traces and work to the large sample, then work to the other side where it goes back to traces, and sort of pinpoint where the middle of it, if that makes sense. Let's go down a little bit further here. And let's see what it says here. Still saying a very large sample, and still saying a very large sample in this direction as well. So let's just dig outwards a little bit here and see what it says. So it's nothing of interest, nothing of interest. Very large sample over there, so it could be anywhere really in this vicinity. But let's keep going downwards. And we'll keep going down until we get to a point where it says just a large sample rather than a very large sample. So yeah, this might actually take a while, so I think what I'll do is I'll cut the recording here and I'll get back to you once I've actually found something. Aha, so we found some. So all I've done is just basically carried on stair-stepping my way around. It's actually not that long since I stopped recording, but I sort of got down to this level. It hadn't changed readings, but I thought, I'll just try a tunnel across, and we found some here. So let's start digging this out. And it's a heavy, so that's rich bismuthinite, and there seems to be quite a bit of it here as well. So that will help quite a lot. So once we've got this, we need to get the sphalerite and the, I'm probably saying these all wrong, and then the copper as well. I like the copper because I can pronounce its name properly. So yeah, I'm just going to mine this out a little bit, and I'll be back in a little while, because you probably don't want to sit and watch me break blocks for the next 20 minutes. So, welcome back. I've spent actually quite a bit of time here mining. As you can see, there's quite a few holes everywhere, and I've got an absolute ton of this stuff. So I've got 10 there, and then I've got another 11 in there. I've got some cassiterite, Cassie, that's going to be called Cassie from now on. I've got some of that. That was actually right next to here. I went up and sort of dug down a little bit, and it's just over in that direction. So I found quite a bit of that over there. Another stack of it there, and another half stack there, and some more Cassie, and yeah, that's about it. I've got a bunch of just stone here as well, just some granite rock. I don't actually know why I need to keep that. I chiselled a bit of it as well, because I might need it for a couple of building projects coming up. So yeah, I'm gonna head back home now and dump some of this stuff off. I'm also gonna get a block of this as raw stone as well. You can see my pickaxe is almost worn all the way through too, so will this work if it drops? Will it drop? Yeah. So what I want this for is actually as an anvil, because I believe you need a block of just raw stone. It needs to be one of the harder stones for it to be usable as an anvil. And I'll head up here just so you sort of see how far down I came. It wasn't actually that far, and I think there's probably more ores on all the levels. I'm not too sure how the ore generation works, to be honest. So there could be a lot more ore here, but I sort of tapped it out in the area that I was in, but I didn't dig down or up too far. So I'm back and just been scouting around here a little bit to try and find out where the copper is, and I've got a feeling it's kind of over there, just underneath the water. So over here it's only sort of traces, and as you move over you get sort of very large samples just as you hit this water's edge, and as you get to about there it starts to taper off, and again about there, so it's somewhere in this kind of area here. So what I'm going to do is dig down this hillside here and then sort of dig outwards once I get below the water. So it's relatively deep, but should be okay. I just have to be careful where I'm digging. So yeah, house just over there, and as you can see I've also got a couple of fruit trees that are growing in, which is pretty cool. They were over near the other mine that we set up over there, so I grabbed them on the way back. So yeah, I'm going to dig down here, and I'll be back when I start finding some copper. Okay, so that didn't take very long at all. So came down, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps, and found some copper straight away. So I don't know how much is going to be on this level. I might have to dig around a little bit to find some more. Let's see what kind it is. So it's 25 units, so it's native copper, so it's not the rich stuff, but I don't know if that's a normal sort of load. I think there's maybe poor, normal, and then rich. So this is like your average one, which most of them will spawn at. Seems to be quite a bit here though, so I'm going to spend some time gathering this up again. Again, you don't want to see me breaking blocks for 20 minutes, so once I've spent a bit of time gathering some copper together, I'll be right back. So I just mined until my pickaxe actually broke here, and there's still an absolute ton of copper left here. So I'm not sure if all the ore veins spawn in this amount, or if it's just the copper. If all of them are this size, then I really didn't hit the main vein on the bismuth stuff, because none of it was this close together in this quantity. It was all sort of spread out quite a bit more. But there's an absolute ton of copper here, and I've got this much already. And like I said, my pickaxe broke, so I can't really mine anymore, but that should be enough to sort of keep me going for the short term. I know you need a ton of it to get like the anvils and things like that, but for the moment that'll do fine. I just want to get the basic tools going, and that should be more than enough. So I'm going to head back now, and if I can remember the way out, it's up here somewhere. So yeah, I'm going to head back to the house now, smelt some of this up, make another pickaxe, make an axe, make a shovel. What else did I need? I think that's mostly it for the moment, is a pickaxe, an axe and a shovel, and maybe a metal knife as well, might as well, as I've got quite a bit. And I'll be back when I've finished doing that. So I'm back at base. So I've just done a little bit of foraging. Need to go and get some more clay just to make some mould. So in here we've got 4 ingot casts, and we've got a knife mould, a scythe mould, and a shovel head mould. And in here we have we're going to put in the copper and the cassiterite, and this should make 900 units of bronze, so I can get my a new pick, a hoe, an axe, these 3 here, and then 3 ingots left over. So let's test this out. I haven't actually tested this out yet to make sure it doesn't set anything on fire, so this could be interesting enough. Let's grab some wood. How much we got in here? Let's grab some of that and some of that. And just fill this up. So the next stage really is to set up an anvil, and I'm not 100% sure what goes on with the anvil. I think I still have to cast the moulds with this first, so I have to cast the ingots into moulds first, and then I can use the forge to heat up the ingots. And then once they're heated up, I can use the anvil to sort of weld them and make stuff out of them. So far nothing's on fire, so that's good. So spot the deliberate mistake in the last bit. Yeah, that's right. I didn't actually put the vase in there to smelt the metal, but I did that on purpose just to see if anyone was paying attention. Totally intentional. And yeah, so let's do that again, and firelighter, and I really will be back when this is finished. See you in a second. So welcome back. We've got our ores cooked up here, so we've got 900 units of bronze, so let's start making our shovel head, and that should take 100 units. Excellent. And then our scythe. And our knife. And the pick. Axe mold. The hoe. And that should leave us 300 left. Excellent, so we're just going to cast them into ingots for now. Sure, it's going to be quite nice having metal tools for everything. The axe in particular, I don't think it's a whole lot quicker, but it will be won't break quite as quickly, so I'm not going to have to use a whole bunch of rock-based axes. So let's just use the last of this up. Excuse me. So excellent. Not sure what you do. These look like they're cooling down, so I think maybe you've got to wait for them to cool down completely before you can actually use them. So I'll just chuck the boiling hot liquid metal ingots in a wooden chest. That sounds like a great plan. So it's late autumn, and I've actually harvested all of my crops over there. So all the seeds in here, and I actually came across a deer that had an unfortunate accident with a sword in its face. So we've got quite a stack of venison here, so I'm going to cook this up and have a bit of a munch on it. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I think next time maybe we'll go on a bit of a forage. We'll find a few more different tree types, and maybe get a tree farm set up, because them cows are really loud. Completely unrelated, but yeah, tree farm set up. We're going to start needing a load of wood soon to get some charcoal going to work with the anvil and all of the forge stuff. So I think maybe next time we'll go on a bit of an explore. We'll head north, look for some more trees, and yeah, so that's it. If you liked it, hit the like, and see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.